And I'm Georgie.
And we're the Happy Vegan Couple. So, what do we got going today, Georgie?
We are going to make the Happy Vegan Couple's oatmeal bowl that we have 95% of the time for breakfast.
You know, he's always saying, Denise, don't you want something else for breakfast today? Like...
So many options, blueberry pancakes, tofu scramble.
But no, I want my oatmeal. So we just started teaching a new 8-week class, and I decided, you know, we needed to have a good oatmeal video for our students. And that's what motivated us to do this today, to get them to stop eating maybe that traditional ham and bacon or bacon and eggs and eat something hard, healthy. So the oatmeal we're using is this. Bob's Red Mill, organic, extra thick. And so let me just say something about the thickness of the oatmeal, because it really makes a difference for your health condition. So Georgie and I, we don't have any issues with blood sugar and insulin issues, but if we did, we would probably not be using this oatmeal, and we would instead use the oatmeal that is a little less processed than this. In fact, if you buy oat groats, it's pretty much just the way it was harvested, with one little piece taken out that you can't eat. But when you eat the grain, which is more intact, as dietitian Brenda Davis teaches us, if you've ever watched her hierarchy of grains, she'll let you know that the higher it is, where it hasn't been processed, is much better for your health because it gets digested slower. There's more fiber in it, and so you have less quick blood sugar and insulin spike. So one of these days, Georgie and I, we are going to do a video with those oat groats and probably make it in the Instant Pot, and show everybody, you know, if you want to go for the gold of oatmeal. But since, like I said, we don't have that health condition, and these oats, they actually take quicker to cook, and we do buy the extra thick, so we have a little bit more less processing. You know, the thinner they go, the quicker it gets digested. So the thicker you can keep it, or the less way it's been cut, the better for you. And so there's one other thing we want to talk about that, and I just wanted to tell you, oatmeal, you know, so what's it great for? One thing is got the soluble fiber that works like a sponge and soaks up like extra cholesterol. If your body is making too much cholesterol, takes it out. So that's one great thing. And you know, you might not even think that oatmeal has any protein, but it does. It has like 17% protein, hardly any fat, 7%, and then the rest of it is mostly your carbs, 66% complex carbs. Remember, complex carbs are your friend, and particularly the more intact you eat them, the better they are for you. So one other thing, we're also putting in our oatmeal amla powder. So some of you may not be familiar with this, and we buy this through Amazon, this brand Terrasol, it's organic. And amla powder is pulverized Indian gooseberry, which is a little fruit. And the reason why we use this is because this fruit has been known to have like the highest antioxidant load of other fruits. And so like we're getting a whole bunch of those antioxidants in our body when we add this to our diet to take out some of those free radicals that could promote, you know, disease, particularly cancer. So that's why you want your antioxidants. All right, so I think that's about it. We love this. We hope you'll enjoy it, and we'll see you again back when Georgie's done cooking with it.
Okay, let's get going. I'm hungry.
All right.
Okay, everyone, let's get started on the Happy Vegan Couple's oatmeal bowl that we eat most of the month, every day. So we got our rolled oats first, made by Bob's Red Mill.
And those are those extra thick ones.
Extra thick ones, yes. You can see that they're real thick. There's not any dust in them and everything. Then we got our flaxseed. Then we have our
which are, of course, we grind them later.
Right. These are whole ones. We grind them, keep them in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. Our almond powder, cinnamon, but apples that I've taken and put in a frying pan and with a little bit of water and cinnamon and boiled it down till the water evaporated. And this is what it comes out like cinnamon apples is what it tastes like. I add that towards the end of the dish. Then we have our strawberries, walnuts, raisins, wild blueberries is what we're using this time from Trader Joe's. They're frozen. You can use fresh too. The fresh you want to put in minute and a half before it's done. These one put in almost till it's done because they're already real soft. Then we have our soy milk and water, and that's going to be equal amounts to the oats that we're going to be putting in the pan, and a banana. So what I'll do first is I'll mix all of this up because I have 2 steps to this. So we're going to do our oats first.
And that was a cup of dried oats.
This is 1 cup. You can split it in half, and you do half a cup water, half a cup soy milk.
Right.
Put as many fruits as you want in your stuff. You can put your boysenberries, raspberries, flaxseed, almond powder. And you don't want to put too much almond powder because it will make it too thick and pasty. So I just like do a tablespoon of the flax and a teaspoon of the almond powder. Cinnamon. Gonna mix that around a little bit. Put that over here. We're gonna use half of the banana for this. This is the way I do my banana. I cut the end off, shred it down here. This one's a little green, but then I'll just take, before I go through the skin, like that, turn it. I like to do it this way because the banana cooks down into the oatmeal instead of having big pieces of banana.
Yum.
Look how easy that was to clean out. Okay. So from here, I'm going to add my liquids, which is 1 cup soy milk, unsweetened, and 1 cup of water. Gonna mix this up a little bit. You want to mix it so that your flaxseed and your almond powder doesn't clump up and you get 1 chunk of that, because it will stay together. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, if you want to, let me turn around here. I'm going to put it on the stove on high. Once it starts boiling, I will turn it down to about a 4, which is about 1/3. Oops. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll show you how I do my strawberries. I just cut the end off, cut the green off of the strawberry, cut it in half, oops, cut that in half again, and just nice little bite-sized pieces. Okay, there's my strawberries, little pieces. Like I said, the apples, they're already done. The raisins, I'm going to go ahead and put those in here now because I want them to cook down too, and they get softer as they cook. So we'll add that.
Okay.
Then my walnuts, Denise likes big chunks, like halves. And I like pieces, so I just kind of make a little line like that. You can see I have a flat knife. I don't have a curved blade because it makes it a lot easier to chop. Walnut, chopped walnuts versus whole ones.
We each have our walnut preference size.
Right. Next step, we'll open up these blueberries because they are frozen. And I'll put about a little bit over half a cup. No more than that. Those will be the last ingredients that I put into our oatmeal before it's done. So you want to take a break. Once this starts boiling, we'll jump back in and I'll show you what's going on.
Sounds good.
Okay, everyone, you can see that it's came to a boil. Now I'm going to turn my stove down to about a 3 or a 4. The one important thing about this oatmeal is you want to, every minute or two, stir it so it doesn't clump up and get too thick and stick to the pan itself. It's very important because otherwise you can have a mess to clean up. So as you can see, I've turned it down, it's boiling. This takes approximately 12 minutes to cook. So we'll come back in a few minutes and I'll show you where I'm at that time. Okay, everyone. My oatmeal's been cooking about 10 minutes. I've stirred it probably 4 times. You can see what it looks like now. It's starting to get nice and thick.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my strawberries. I won't add my apples and my blueberries yet because those are already cooked and everything. So I just want to cook down my strawberries. And as you can see, I'm stirring it around so that they all get covered up with the oatmeal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back on here for approximately a minute or two. We'll come back. I'll add the blueberries and the apples. Stir it up. We'll be done. We'll put it over here and I'll plate it up and show you what it looks like.
Okay.
And what it tastes like. Okay, everyone, the strawberries have cooked down about a minute. They're a little bit softer than they were. That's what you don't want to make them too soft, but I mean, if it's okay if you do. Now I'm going to add my apples, my frozen blueberries. Now, if you were using fresh blueberries, you would have added them at the same time that I put the strawberries in. We'll stir this up a little bit.
I can't wait to eat.
There's that.
Yum.
So we'll take a pause and I'll plate it and we'll see what it tastes like.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, my oatmeal is done. Here's a picture of it. Doesn't that look delicious, sweet, everything? So I want to tell you, one of the things that we eat with our oatmeal is cannellini beans. We get these from Whole Foods. They're organic, really good price. They're delicious to get the good start on your protein for the morning.
How much protein is in a half a cup serving, George?
There's 6 grams of protein in a half a cup.
All right. And how much fiber?
In fiber, there's 18%.
How many grams of fiber?
18%, 5 grams, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. 5 grams. So this is a great breakfast.
No fat, no saturated fat, no trans fat. Cholesterol 0.
Of course.
Sodium only 5%. Okay? So what I like to do with my cannellini beans is I add a little bit of Trader Joe's hot sauce to them.
Denise has none of that.
Mix that up. So now Denise likes her walnuts whole, so I just put her walnuts whole on there. I like mine chopped up like I did. And if this is too thick, you think it's too thick, you can add a little bit of soy milk to it, just to thin it out a little bit. Mix this up a little. Take a nice little bite of everything. It's got such a good flavor, you know, every morning it's something new. Then, I like to take a little bit of cannellini beans. It's just, your mouth explodes with flavor. From this to that, it's like, what a good breakfast. So, I hope you enjoy it. From our house to yours.
That's the Happy Vegan Couple Oatmeal Bowl.
Okay.
And I'm going to shut off so I can go eat.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed my oatmeal that I made for you today. You know, you don't have to just put apples and strawberries. You can put apricots, you can put pears, you can put raspberries and blueberries.
Yeah, whatever's in season and you enjoy.
Whatever your taste buds want and like, that's what you do. You know, we basically eat ours just about the same every day. Once in a while I'll put apricots or some new fruit that we find or something in there. But for the most part, it's that way. And it's good, it lasts, and it's
All right,
delicious.
let's see if any of you become like us and have a new breakfast that you want to eat every day. You look forward to this breakfast because we do. So just want to remind you that recipe will be on the end of the video and in the comments, the description of it on the YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And hit that little bell on the YouTube page so you will get notified the next time we create a video for you. All right? Until next time, I'm Denise.
And I'm Georgie.
And we're the Happy
Happy
Vegan
Vegan
Couple.
Couple.
Go
Go
plant-based.
plant-based.
Next time.